Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're out on a bike in YONGHE because I got invited here by the FUHE Foundation. So before I get any more lost on this biking tour, I think it's time for us to get this video started. Now, if you're anything like me, you probably have never even heard about YONGHE, but something that I guarantee you that you know about is the deliciousness of the Taiwanese fruits. You may have heard that some areas' fruits are more delicious than others, but it is very likely that all the seedling actually came here from YONGHE. And right now I'm specifically here in Ingwang Garden, where I'm getting a crash course in the science of seedling. And being a Swedish forest guy myself, I would like to think that I know a thing or two about making things grow. But it turns out that when it comes to growing these delicious Taiwanese fruits, there is a little bit different process to it comparing to growing a Swedish forest.
太后那个成活率比较不好，这样就可以了。
为什么要做这样的动作？
这是为了改良，它的本身是10生苗，10生苗它要等到它会结果啊，差不多要3、4、5年。那你如果就有它嫁接过去的话哈，2年它就可以结果，开花结果了。
But while the farmer continues to working on how to make the delicious Taiwanese fruit grow even faster, I am trying not to rush things this weekend and will continue my relaxed biking trip around YONGHE. More specifically to the Sifan community, where the head of the community himself gave me a private tour of yet another beautiful but still completely different garden and farm.
它有一点点农药成分就不行，所以后来就叫他说好，你要做隔离带，要隔开。那隔开以后哈，它整个那个。
I just wish that all of you could actually come here and smell this for yourself. This is a forest smell I haven't smelled for 4 years since I was in Sweden last time. It makes me very happy. I don't know about you, but I just think this is absolutely amazing. I'm literally as deep into Taiwanese countryside I could possibly get, I feel. And then here, literally in the middle of nowhere, you find this Swedish forest memories. I think it's absolutely wonderful. And I think this also proves that just living here in Taiwan will never stop surprising you every single day. And another thing that you will notice, especially if you just like us are using bicycles instead of any kind of scooter, cab or any other kind of motor vehicles, is that the air here, specifically in Sifan community, is much cleaner than the so-called air we have up in Taipei. And especially if you are spending a day just like we are in this beautiful scenery with these beautiful gardens and all kinds of just greeneries all around, it definitely just adds to the whole atmosphere and will literally take your breath away. Or, well, I guess not take your breath away. And I think that now when we have our lungs filled with this fresh air, it's also time to fill up our stomachs with some delicious local cuisine as well. But on our way to lunch, I took the opportunity of asking the head of the community for a private tour of just one of the many Sanheyuan resident buildings in the area, as I heard that Yongjing Township in particular is the township in Taiwan with the highest density of these historical Sanheyuans. So cool. This is something we do not have up in Taipei. We have night markets and then we have old streets, but then we have the actual old streets that we have right here. Super cool. But little did I know that he actually also had a personal connection with this specific Sanheyuan.
这是我的老家。
哦，是啊，
我老家。哇，我老家。
And as if that was not enough, both his parents were actually still living at the same place he had grown up in several decades ago, and was right in the middle of their daily leaf processing work, which gave me a unique insight into how the traditional life, not only here in YONGHE, but also all over Taiwan, actually looked like several decades ago. But before our Sanheyuan tour ended, the community head was kind enough to not only give me an even deeper understanding regarding the history and culture of YONGHE, he also wanted to treat me one of the most traditional and unique dishes I've ever had during my entire 10 years of living here in Taiwan.
我们就请那个在假人在地的那个气卡柜哈，
蛮有特色的。
那个对，这个叶子都用那个去外面找那个香蕉的叶子
，OK，
很天然的，然后就
这个不应该吃吧？
啊，不能，这现在不行。
对我来说有点跟那个魔奇一样吗？
是类似，因为它的那个
糯米都是糯米做的，用那个糯米的原料去做。
那里面有什么？
里面它一般都是包那个花生啊。
OK， 好吃，
好吃哦。
这个是什么时候会吃？是下午茶吗？或是
没有？
是早餐，或是
一般过节日的时候，过节就是可能你过年拜拜哦。比如说今年谢今年都是平安，所以我们都会这边都有一个叫做谢平安，等于是说我今年收成完了哦，这段时间会感谢天地这样子，都会有做这个仪式。像现在这个时间到，我们涌进来。你看到处的公庙都是已经在做这些仪式了。我们这个永靖乡，我们现在就是跟那个鼎新河豆文教基金会这边，我们大概现在下个月啊，我们也会做一个谢平安的仪式。因为过去都是办整个乡的一个很大的仪式，就是有一些代表人来公庙那边拜拜。
So now after we got a little bit more information regarding the history and the culture here in this village as well, and we also got something in our stomachs, I think it's time to jump back on that bike and then continue with the rest of this video. And of course, it wouldn't be a typical Taiwanese mini vacation if we do not have at least 2 lunches. We literally have the entire table just filled with these local deliciousness, and here we have fried and braised pig skin right next to some delicious tofu, and we also have some local pig ears down here as well. And I'm just gonna run up here, get some even more energy to head back out on the road again. And this time the biking ride took me around yet another beautiful part of Yongjing before leading me all the way to a nearby temple, where the temple master himself showed me not only how to correctly pray to the gods, he also informed me that the main god of this temple is the king of the 3 mountains, and he also gave me more information regarding the Thanksgiving festival, and that this is not only one of the most important festivals here in Yongjing, it's also an important celebration throughout the entire Hakka community and villages, and that before the 921 earthquake, these celebrations, which involved 24 different villages here in Yongjing, lasted over 2.5 months, since all the different villages took turn hosting different ceremonies and performances throughout the entire Thanksgiving festival. The temple also invited me to participate in making the dumplings for the Thanksgiving festival and to pray for peace and safety throughout the entire year.
这样要搓这样哈，圆的，有没有？
全部吗？全部。
还没。
所以你还有时间可以订阅、按赞，还要分享这个影片。等我们一下。这样子。哇！赞。好。哎，这次没有赞哎，没有赞。赞。好，你们都可以休息。我自己会注意。I know that technically this is, I think, my 3rd lunch during this trip, but I did actually have to work a little bit harder for this lunch, so I do feel like I deserve these tangyuans as well. And from the looks of it and the experience of the master chef, I have high expectations of these tangyuans. 好吃。我做的汤圆是特别好吃吗？特别。Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it turns out that I forgot to warn you about all those tangyuans. It turns out that they were actually so delicious. We just ate way too many, so we actually could not go back on those bikes again to continue with this trip here. Instead, we decided to take it as relaxing as we possibly could, and we decided to come here to the most beautiful park I have ever seen. And the name of this park is Chengmei Cultural Park, located literally in the heart of Yongjing County. This park is huge, and no matter where you find yourself in this park, you will always be surrounded by beautiful flowers, plants, ponds, hundreds of fishes, waterfalls, and they also have a very unique museum as well that will show you the traditional culture here as well. And I think this is just a great summary for the entire trip, not only here in Chengmei Cultural Park, but the entire Yongjing County. And hopefully I will see you in person down here in Yongjing sometime in the future. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. As always, my name is Lukas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. list of both, and see you all in the next one.